Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Good evening and welcome to the National News broadcast, bringing to you live from the National News Studios here at Rupavahini. I'm Charita Vinipurarachi.
I'm Sharma Screeners. First is a look at today's headlines.
The President says land will be handed over to the people through the same law the white nationals acquired lands. 375 NIB teacher appointments for Jaffna. The Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna commences electorate level meetings from Kalaweva. Responses from Anura and Sajid. Rainy and windy weather continues. Warnings to naval and fishing communities not to navigate in the Arabian Seas and Bay of Bengal. ABU responses on the artificial intelligence application of the national television. 7 infants killed in a fire at a children's hospital in India.
On to those and other stories in detail now, and starting off with the top local story. President Ranil Wickremesinghe says, just like in the banner, that the white nationals acquired lands without confining themselves for imprisonment and without unleashing a revolution. The government has also taken measures to hand over the ownership of lands to the people.
He also says land deeds will be provided immediately to a group of resettled persons in the Vavuniya district. The President made this declaration while participating in the Vavuniya district program of the Urume initiative, which was convened this morning at Pudukudiripu Madhya Mahavidyalaya. In this regard, 600 freehold deeds have been allocated, covering 5 divisional secretary quotas in Mullaitivu district, with an additional 1,376 freehold deeds slated for distribution in Mullaitivu district as a part of the ongoing Urume program. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that the Mullaitivu holds a special significance in their efforts to grant freehold deeds under the Urume program. The conflict led to the destruction of buildings in the area, forcing numerous individuals to vacate their land. The task of resettlement in the Mullaitivu district has become significantly challenging. Therefore, they are making necessary arrangements for the issuance of freehold deeds to those who have been resettled, in addition to implementing the Urume program. It is worth noting that the Urume initiative, offering 2 million free land titles to the populace for the first time in the country's history, stands as a profoundly significant undertaking. Despite generations of agricultural labor on these lands, individuals lacked rightful ownership. Across all ethnicities, countless individuals have contributed to their agricultural sector, yet remain devoid of land rights. During the tenure of the Good Governance government, the President said that when he proposed legislation to address this issue, legal challenges arose. As President, he possessed the authority to allocate land without enacting new laws. The President said that the endeavour to grant free land rights to citizens under the existing legal framework, akin to how land was historically acquired by others without resorting to legal battles. These lands represent people's heritage. Those which have sustained agricultural endeavours for 2 or 3 generations are now rightfully theirs. In essence, this marks the most extensive privatization effort in the country's history. Minister Kader Mastan said the communities in these regions have grappled with numerous challenges, with land issues emerging as a pressing concern. Today, the President has presented solutions to address this issue. Consequently, initiatives have been launched to grant land to 600 individuals. Parliamentarian Selvan Adekalanathan said that there remain several other pressing issues in this district, including the plight of numerous landless individuals who are unable to return to their villages. Parliamentarian K. Dileepan said that any previous president has stepped forward to address the challenges confronting the people of this area. The President declared the release of lands held by the Department of Forest Conservation since 1985, and he has fulfilled that pledge. Recipients of land deeds have extended their gratitude to the government for handing them ownership of land. President Ranil Wickremesinghe made a visit to the Pudukudirupu Madhya Mahavidyalaya today as a part of the freehold deeds distributing ceremony in Mullaitiva district under the Urumaya program. However, the event took an unexpected turn when two local women protested in front of the college, expressing their desire to meet the president. During the interaction, the women conveyed to President Ranil Wickremesinghe that 56 families, including themselves and residents of Keppa Pilau village, are facing significant distress due to the unresolved land issues. They urged the president to take swift action to address the situation. In response, the President Wickremesinghe assured the women that he would instruct the relevant departments to investigate the matter and expedite its resolution. He also highlighted the ongoing efforts to the government to release substantial land plots in the northern province, emphasizing the administration's commitment to swiftly resolve any remaining land disputes. In other stories, President Ranil Wickremesinghe stated that both the old economic and political paths must be reformed to rebuild the country.
The president made these remarks yesterday during his address at the Kilinochchi District Youth Conference held at the Nelumpiasa Hall in Iranamadu. During the event, the youth of Kilinochchi District were given the opportunity to directly communicate their needs and concerns to the president. President Ranil Wickremesinghe, if the country remains bankrupt, foreign financial institutions will refuse to engage with the country. The people are struggling, wages are insufficient to meet their needs. The president has questioned as to why unemployment has risen. Countries are moving forward with an export-driven economy. However, Sri Lankans are relying on loans because they lack funds. He further pointed out that the nation is struggling to repay the debt. The president has also stated that he is committed to resolve the issue. Politicians often promise a job during election periods, but this is akin to travelling with an empty wallet. Sri Lanka must confront the situation directly by creating a new economic system to generate employment opportunities. The president further said that tourism is a key sector that can create jobs. The country needs to increase the number of tourists to at least 5 million. Additionally, some young people are involved in cryptocurrency. They suggest relaxing regulations in this area to foster economic growth. Another goal of the island nation is to develop agriculture. There is a need to utilize the land to create a modern agricultural sector. Starting next year, the government will launch the Smart Agriculture program in villages. Additionally, the country needs to expand industries, creating job opportunities in the process. Also, there are plans to create investment zones in this area. Therefore, Sri Lanka must change its outdated economic and political approaches. They are committed to encountering and counting and continuing on this new path. Nor believe the collapsed economy of 2022 would recover so quickly. Sri Lanka must protect this progress and keep advancing the country. He added that he is working on transforming and developing the country, but it is the people's responsibility to carry it forward. The ceremony, which took place at the Jaffna Tantai Selva Auditorium, saw the appointment of 375 teachers in the Northern Province. Governor of the Northern Province, Ms. P.S.M. Charles, also presented a commemorative gift to President Wickremesinghe during the event. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that Jaffna teachers have historically been in demand both nationally and internationally. They have demonstrated unwavering commitment to fulfilling their duties. Even at prestigious institutions like Royal College Colombo, where the President himself received his education, Jaffna teachers were recognized for their exceptional dedication. Their legacy continues to resonate in society, underscoring their exemplary practices that serves as a benchmark for educators nationwide. The President has urged them to embrace this noble profession with the same fervour and dedication. As educators, it is imperative that the individuals should serve an exemplary figure within the teaching profession. Engaging in public demonstrations or shouting slogans on the street may compromise one's credibility in the eyes of students. Therefore, it is essential that everyone should fulfill their responsibilities with diligence and professionalism. It is imperative to recognize that providing education solely in Tamil and Sinhala is insufficient. Minister Douglas Devananda and parliamentarians Dharmalingam Siddharthan, M.A. Sumandiram, Charles Nirmalanathan and Kulasingham Dilepan as well as government officials were present at this event.
Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna has commenced a series of electorate-level meetings targeting the forthcoming election from the Kalawava electorate in the Anuradhapura district today. Former President Mahinda Rajapaksa presided over the meeting, which was attended by MPs and ministers and other public representatives. Parliamentarian Namal Rajapaksa said that those days people pleaded to safeguard their lives and asked for vaccines of quarantine facilities. All these requirements have been fulfilled. Namal Rajapaksa added that, however, the economy had faced some setbacks resulting in a collapse. He said that, however, they had planned to protect the local entrepreneur and to manufacture the medicines locally. A production village was opened in Eramadu in Anuradhapura district. Rajapaksa added that, however, it was at this juncture that a conspiracy had been waged once again, both within and outside of the government, to topple the regime. The final outcome was the Aragalaya. The parliamentarian also said that the massive conspiracy was unleashed to break unitary nature of the country and to destabilize the nation-building program. Namal Rajapaksa added that a government under their party would implement the agriculture policy of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa. He had also expressed hope that the younger generation would take an intelligent decision.
Leader of the National People's Power Anura Kumar Dissanayake says that the country is now at a crucial moment. Addressing a rally in Bana yesterday, he said that if this is the moment to make jokes, then the most suitable candidate for such a post is Sajith Premadasa. Anura Kumar Dissanayake has made these remarks participating in a public meeting in Bana last evening. A group including party representatives has attended the event. Leader of the National People's Power Anura Kumar Dissanayake said that there is another person who is very interested in divisions. The MPP leader further said that if they would not have arrived in Bana, if this person visited the area before him, as he would have created the appropriate environment for him. He also said that this person was also reported to have stated that he is enriched with all the qualities of all previous leaders. Dissanayake further said that these are all hilarious utterings and the country does not need such politicians. This is not the time for supplying jokes. The NPP leader further said that people have no use of jokers like Sajith, who fails to realize the seriousness of situation at this crucial moment.
Opposition leader Sajith Premadasa says the challenges Anura Kumar Dissanayake to commence at least his first Sakwala program at this moment when he engaged in implementing his 200th Sakwala program. He has made these remarks at a ceremony in Anuradhapura yesterday. The event was conducted in connection with the handing over of the 200 smart classroom under the Sakwala program. A group including public representatives had attended the event at Menura Central College in Kakirava, Anuradhapura. Opposition leader Sajith Premadasa said that his adversaries are scolding when he is distributing buses, computers and smart boards. He has inquired as to what wrong it is to hand over goods to the deprived taken over from the privileged. Premadasa further said that those who are criticizing him are in the perplexed situation. They have travelled around the world and seen things that they had not witnessed before. Now they are embarked on acts to distort statements made by him in social media. Their aim is to misguide the masses. The opposition leader further said that has constructed the 200 Sakwala program and their opponents now also have to start working for the people.
The Department of Meteorology forecasts that the tornado Remal is expected to travel across Bangladesh and the adjacent coastal strip of the West Bengal in India by midnight tonight. The tornado, which was centered 1,500 kilometers northeast of Sri Lanka, is reported to have been further strengthened and proceeding towards the northern direction in the Bay of Bengal. As a result of this atmospheric disturbance, heavy rainfall accompanied with strong winds up to 60 to 70 kilometers per hour is anticipated in the sea areas surrounding the island as well as in the southeastern regions in the Arabian Sea and in the Bay of Bengal sea zone. The relevant sea areas would turn extremely rough. The Met Department informs naval and fishing communities not to sail in craft in the dangerous zones until further notice. The meteorology reports add that a rainy, windy condition is expected to continuously in the island due to the southwestern monsoon. Many provinces in Sri Lanka have received showers and thunder showers slowly today as well. The Galboka coast in Kosgode, Balapitiya has been subjected to severe sea erosion. Our correspondent says tourist response and resorts in the area have been damaged due to the sea wave strike and some coral were also affected by rough areas. Despite the receding of the flood situation in the Puttlam district, large number of permanent and temporary houses in the coastal belt were damaged by strong winds. It has been reported that 146 Gramaniladaharu divisions in 15 divisional secretariat divisions were affected, subjecting 2,049 families into difficulties. Cutting of trees which pose a threat in the coastal routes is currently taking place. Persisting heavy rains have increased the water levels in rivers in the provinces of Sabaragamuwa, Central, Southern and Northwestern provinces. The Department of Irrigation warns residents living in the upper areas of the Kalaniya and Kalu rivers to remain vigilant. It also predicts of danger of floods in the event of catchment areas of those two rivers and receiving heavy rainfall today. Certain reservoirs have reached the spill level and measures they have been taken to open the sluice gates.
7 wild elephants were reported to have been killed by being struck in Mudin Hadampala at Floodplains National Park in Polonnaruwa. Wildlife officials in Veragala believe that the beast would have been drowned in muddy water several days ago. There was an elephant calf of around 1 year old among the animals drowned. The other dead elephants were between the ages of 5 to 20 years. And wildlife officials says Veragala wildlife officials is conducting investigations and postmortems are scheduled to be conducted at the wildlife veterinary unit in Giritale tomorrow.
Minister Manu Shananaikar says a gazette notification on the provisions of 1,700 rupees salary to plantation labourers has been published. He has made these observations at a media briefing in Galle today. Minister Manu Shananaikar said that according to the provisions provided through the laws, a basic salary of 1,350 rupees inclusive of EPF and ETF and an allowance of 350 rupees has been gazetted. A 15-day period has been given to file any objection. However, the ministry said that as no party has forwarded any systematic proposal or plan, they were compelled to declare minimum basic salary of 1,350 rupees and an allowance of 350 rupees. Minister Naikara further said in future all state owners are required to pay the minimum basic salary with effect from next month. And meanwhile, the Asia Pacific Broadcasting Union or the ABU has placed a note in its website of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation recently.
The notice was in connection with the telecast of the 2 chief announcers of the national television as well as on the app on AI or artificial intelligence. The Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation is a member of the Asia Pacific Institute. The Asia Pacific Broadcasting Union assists the SLRC in technical training, evaluation and exchange program. The recent publication of a comprehensive report on the AI applications in a recent SLRC news broadcast could be considered as a victory achieved by the national television. The AI application technology has a history going back to as long as the 1933. In the year 1956, it was legally included in the English dictionary. In the latter part of the year 2023, the Kalaniya University and the Moratuwa University have jointly commenced studies on the program. The President has taken measures to extend full stage patronage for the program, considering in its economic, social and educational growth tendencies. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that there has been an advancement in technology. The artificial intelligence or AI means creation of artificial thinking just like humans in society. He added that AI is only the beginning and added that if one ponders how the artificial intelligence would take shape in 2 more decades, the outcome would be even unthinkable. The national television telecasts the first artificial intelligence application program in the Sri Lankan television media sector. The 2 news presenters have further advanced the AI application in presenting a methodical news broadcast. State universities and intellectuals have commended the SLRC over the issue. Many social media and traditional media have commenced dialogue on the program. Dr. Thomas Benjamin Jagannathan, University of Moratuwa, said that he has been watching the SLRC news since the year 1982. He added that recently the national television has created an uproar that using the latest technology named AI avatars in the dissemination of news. Dr. Jagannathan said he appreciates this measure and expressed hope that the AI would contribute in shaping a new Sri Lanka.
And more local news items in brief now. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has arrived at the Jaffna residence of former Chief Minister of the Northern Province and parliamentarian C.V. Vigneswaran to inquire on the well-being of the aligning politicals last night. The President has wished speedy recovery for the former Chief Minister. Madhavachi, organizer of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, former Minister Tissa Karoliyadda has joined the Samagi Jana Balawega and received party membership from opposition leader Sajith Premadasa. The Niyamu Abhiman annual district evaluation program organized for the 19th occasion by the International Lions Club District 306A2 was held recently. A special evaluation award was presented to the national television on this occasion in recognition of its social service through media. The award was presented for the Connection Sri Lanka program of the national television produced by the director of the ChannelEye and Education Division programs, Mr. Sanjay Indrakumara. And stay tuned for international news after this break.
Prima kotumi fantamai.
Welcome back with international stories. And at least 7 infants have been killed in a fire at Children's Hospital in India's capital, Delhi. The fire broke out late on last night in the baby care hospital in New Delhi's Vivek Vihar area. The fire officers said the rescuers carried 12 newborns from the hospital to another facility, but 5 of them died due to smoke inhalation. They further added that 5 others survived and are being treated for smoke inhalation, and authorities said the fire was extinguished in about an hour of its course was being investigated. They added that the fire spread too fast due to a blast in an oxygen cylinder. The police said legal action is being taken against the owner of the Children's Hospital.
About 670 people are estimated to be buried under a massive landslide in Papua New Guinea. The International Organization for Migration in Papua New Guinea has indicated that the impact of Friday's landslide in the country's isolated Enga province was greater than initially thought. The affected areas are in the highlands of Enga, in the north of the island nation in the southwest Pacific. There are nearly 4,000 people living in the area hit by the landslide. However, humanitarian agencies helping with relief efforts warn that the number affected was likely to be higher due to an influx of people escaping tribal conflicts in the neighboring areas. At least 1,000 people have been displaced as a result of the disaster. Debris from the landslide, which includes large boulders, trees and displaced soil, is up to 8 meters deep in some areas.
Many latest technologies impressed visitors at the recently concluded auto show in Japan titled Human and Automotive Technology Exhibition 2024 at Yokohama. The Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry of Japan launched a strategic plan on digitalization of the automobile industry. According to the plan, Japanese car companies will jointly develop relevant technologies and transform the industrial structure to adopt the needs of digital transformation. Focusing on three main themes of environment protection, safety and self-driving, many Japanese companies brought their newest research results in environmental friendly materials and self-driving technologies. A car designed for the era of self-driving attracted much attention at the exhibition. Meanwhile, an auditory helmet was attracted a large number of visitors at this show. 7 speakers are installed at different positions in the helmet. At the distance from vehicle being changed, the helmet expects to continuously provide sounds prompt to the driver to avoid potential dangers from the rear and blind spots.
A team of scientists in Egypt has found evidence that a river flowed close to a giant structures in the Giza plateau. This discovery could reveal more about how the world-famous pyramids were constructed. The pyramids of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the world located in the middle of the desert, have always baffled historians as many similar monuments and temples across the world lie close to waterways. However, an international team at the University of North Carolina in the United States has claimed a waterway could be close to a renowned monolith statue. They have provided evidence that a 64-kilometer long branch of the River Nile existed next to the site over 4,000 years ago. Experts believe it may have once been a branch of the River Nile. Only 2 of the 7 historic branches remain. Radar imagery and soil testing show buried waterway flows alongside more than 30 other pyramids, including the famous Great Pyramid of Giza. Some archaeologists believe the unearthed river has now raised more questions than answers. While the discovery may have unveiled how workers transported those massive blocks to the site, scientists have yet to resolve the main mystery: how the pyramids were built. And on your sports news tonight, Minister of Sports Haring Fernando says that the collective attitude of the Sri Lankan cricket team by now has grown.
And he has made these remarks at a media briefing and a ceremony held in Colombo today. Minister of Sports Haring Fernando said that the Sri Lanka cricket team is now in Florida Strait in the USA. He also said that it took the team around 5 days to get used to the weather in the Florida state. Minister Fernando also expressed hope that Sri Lanka team would play well. The team was trained at a single entity for a long period. The minister also said that he is pleased to find National Secretary Upul Taranga and Sanat Jayasuriya also with the Sri Lankan team in the USA. The event was held in connection with the opening of the new golf training school for golf employees. That was with the first occasion of opening such a training for golf in Sri Lanka. And with that, we conclude tonight's news. Tomorrow at the very same time. I'm Charita, signing with Shira. Stay safe. Good night.